Self-care. What does it mean to you? Well, for me personally, it means time for me to spend on myself. And I know what you're thinking. If you own a private practice, you probably don't have time for self-care. You teach people to implement self-care, but it's probably a little bit harder for you yourself to actually engage in self-care. My name is Lita Guzman. I'm the owner of Stress Free Virtual Assistant Services and the creator of Growing Your Private Practice Virtually Facebook group. And today, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can implement self-care into your life on a daily basis. These self-care tips are personally my favorites, and they seem to be completely safe during the pandemic. So we'll get started with drawing. As you see, I am coloring. So some people like to color, some people like to draw. Personally, I like to color, and as you see, I've been doing it for a while. Coloring is one of my go-to self-cares, simply because it doesn't take long. You can spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. It's also pretty cost-effective. All you need is a coloring book and some pens that you like or that, are easy to draw with, and so on and so forth. And you can stop at any time, so it's not something where when you're starting on a big project and you have to finish it, because if you don't, it'll kind of get messed up the second go around. You can stop at any time, pick back up where you left off. And it kind of brings me back to my childhood a little bit, so that just brings it up a little bit on my self-care regimen because it's a little bit more special to me. Some of the other ways that I like to implement self-care is to meditate. I personally meditate in the morning when I wake up, just to kind of start my day off, calm, cool, collected. I also like to take 20 minutes in the middle of the day and meditate. It kind of gets me back on track, keeps me focused, and keeps me encouraged to kind of keep going through the rest of the day. Sometimes I even meditate before I go to sleep, just because it helps me take my mind off of things. Now, I'm not telling you to be crazy and meditate 3 times a day like I do, which sometimes I don't. However, if you would implement meditation into your day, the best time to do it would probably be in the morning, just to get your day started off right. That's just my suggestion. However, you can meditate as often as you would like, and whatever days that you would like. So it's completely up to you. Whatever fits into your schedule, definitely fit it in there. Make time for some type of self-care. Meditation is something that's kind of easy, so something that can be done on a daily basis. Another great self-care regimen that I do typically on a daily basis, sometimes I don't have time for it, but I do like to do yoga. Given all of the online platforms that there are nowadays, you can do yoga right from home. So you don't need to go to a facility, although some people prefer to. If you want to try to stay safe, avoid the crowds, you can definitely do it at home. There are great platforms for yoga in general, and you can do yoga based off of kind of the results you're looking for and the time frame that you may have to do yoga as well too. So if you did do yoga before the pandemic and you're looking to kind of get back into it, you can always do it online. It's a great way to implement self-care at home, and something that's super beneficial for you and your health in general. Another great thing is to exercise. So I know exercising for the most part doesn't seem like self-care to most people. However, it is, because you're taking care of yourself, and if your body's working great and everything's flowing and functioning well, then, most likely your day is going to reflect that. So I like to start off in the morning after I meditate to work out. I recently hurt my back, so I haven't had exercising on my daily self-care routine. I'm looking forward to getting back to that. But you can definitely, some people like to work out in the middle of the day to kind of give them that energy. I like it in the morning because it does get me energized and kind of, gets me ready for the rest of the day. So for me personally, that's when I choose to exercise. Another great thing that kind of pairs well with keeping you healthy and everything like that is trying a new recipe. So me and my husband, very often will find a recipe that we think is interesting, and then we'll try it out together. And most of the time it's a healthy recipe. And so that definitely contributes to our health. And we're also spending time together with our self-care. So that's really great too. If you can, do self-care with others, that's amazing. It's great. And I strongly encourage it. So having a hobby is a great way to implement self-care on a daily basis. My hobbies are crafting, anything with resin, or, if I have to get out my silhouette for something, I'm super excited. So implementing some type of craft into your self-care, and it may not be a daily self-care. Maybe you'll just, craft on a Saturday, or craft on a Sunday, or craft after hours, or, whenever you have some downtime. I look at crafting as relaxing and creative. It gets my creative juices flowing, which is super beneficial for me in general. So, finding a craft is definitely a great way to have some self-care time. Another great thing that I love to do is read. I know some people don't like to read, and I think it's a matter of what are you reading, and read something that you're truly interested in. It can be a getaway, like you might be reading a book that takes you to a different place. It could be a learning opportunity. For me personally, I read to learn. I like learning and continuing my education and learning about all types of different things, specifically mental health. So I like to learn new techniques, new methods, and anything that I can kind of pass on to other people, other therapists, other people in general, really interests me. So I take reading as a learning opportunity and as a time to relax. And I suggest having a really nice reading space, somewhere where you're comfortable, somewhere that feels relaxing, somewhere that you kind of feel like it's a tiny little getaway. For me, I read in the backyard on a swing, and that's really great for me. I'm getting some outdoor time, and I'm getting reading, and I'm learning at the same time. So it's a win for me. Sometimes people like to take their self-care in a direction where, okay, I'm doing something for myself, but I'm also bettering myself. And for me, reading really does that for me. I'm doing something for myself, but I'm also learning as I'm doing. And that's beneficial for me and kind of encourages me even more to do so. So I mentioned a little bit about outdoors, and that's my next topic. Getting outdoors is such a great way to implement self-care. It's great for your mind in general to kind of get outside and be one with the nature and really just explore. I like walking trails. That's when I really get to relax. I love seeing nature, so when me and the kids and my husband are on a trail and we see turtles or, fish jumping out of the water or even alligators, we're in South Florida, so we come in contact with alligators on trails every now and then. We definitely take those opportunities as learning opportunities, as opportunities to explore and to just get outside and really just take a deep breath and take it all in. So that's one way we like to get outdoors and explore. We also like going to the beach. We're on the East Coast as well too in South Florida. So being at the beach is always a great way to just relax and get in the great outdoors. So those are just some of the ways that I have implemented self-care. My self-care regimens have changed a little bit just with the pandemic. I do try to stay home more and when I go out, wear a mask. But I also try to take advantage of being home. Being home isn't a bad thing. You just have to kind of rework it and make it work for you yourself, and also to kind of pull in that self-care to make yourself more comfortable with it in general as well too. So these are some things that are helpful for me. I really hope that they're helpful for you. If you have any other self-care topics or anything that you do to implement self-care specifically for you, definitely comment. I would love to hear all of the ways that you do self-care on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, any type of self-care. I'm very interested in hearing about. So definitely share, comment below anything that you do that may be beneficial for others. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video that we give out.